The Talking Bird Radio. Akasanoma Radio. Nisi is a curious boy who lives with a family of 5, his parents and siblings. He had always been fascinated by the talking bird radio, known in the local parlance as Akasanoma Radio. This talking bird radio was a radio his father had brought back from one of his travels in the city. His family always gathers around it every evening to listen to music, news, and stories. It was the first to be heard in the morning and last at night. Nisi was amazed by the voices and sounds that always come from the radio, thinking that there were tiny people inside, singing and talking, and playing all sorts of musical instruments. Nisi always wanted to uncover the secret of the talking bird radio. He wanted to see the people who sang and spoke so fluently, those tiny people singing and talking and the others playing musical instruments. One day, when his dad went out to work, and Mom also went to the market, as well as the rest of the family gone out, without hesitation, Nisi carefully picked out one of the screwdrivers from his dad's toolbox and approached the radio. He examined the back panel, searching for the screws that held it in place. With a steady hand, he inserted the screwdriver into the first screw head and turned it counterclockwise. The screw yielded to the pressure, and Nisi removed it. He repeated the process with the remaining screws, his heart racing with anticipation. As the last screw fell away, Nisi gently pried the back panel off the radio. He set it aside, and his eyes widened as he peered into the radio's interior. To his surprise and dismay, he found only wires, circuits, and small components inside. No tiny people singing and talking, and no others playing musical instruments. As Nisi gazed into the empty cavity of the radio, he felt a mix of shock, disappointment, and confusion. His eyes widened in wonder, and he rubbed them, thinking that maybe he was seeing things. But when he gazed into the box again, the reality remained the same. No tiny people, no musical instruments, just a tangled mess of wires, circuits, and small components. Nisi's mind struggled to comprehend what he was seeing. He had been so convinced that the radio was inhabited by tiny people. He felt like he had been living in a dream world, and now he was being jolted back to reality. As he stood there, frozen in surprise, Nisi's thoughts began to wander. He wondered if the Akasanoma radio had been playing a trick on him all along. Was the birds' tales mere entertainment? Nisi's curiosity got the better of him, and he decided to investigate further. He carefully examined the radio's components, trying to understand how they worked together to produce the sounds he had been hearing. But in his attempt to explore, Nisi damaged the radio's internal parts. The Akasanoma radio fell silent. He tried his best to cover the damage by putting the part inside and fixing the screws into its holes. He then put the radio into its standing place, as if nothing has happened. When his family came home, they found the Akasanoma radio in silent mode. They tried to get the culprit, and since Nisi was the only one in the house, he was found to be the culprit. The family was devastated when they realized the radio has been spoiled. Nisi's father, a wise and kind man, was disappointed and punished him for his careless actions. Nisi realized too late that his curiosity had led him astray. Curiosity, they say, kills the cat. He had not understood the true nature of the radio and its workings. His father decided to sit him down and explain how radios work, using waves and electricity to transmit sound. As the sun began to set on their small village, Nisi's father, Mr. Yasin, called him to sit with him under the shade of their favorite mango tree. He smiled, knowing that his curious son was eager to learn more about the mysterious device. "Nisi, my son," Mr. Yasin began, "you've been wondering how the Akasanoma radio works, haven't you?" Nisi nodded eagerly, his eyes wide with excitement. Mr. Yasin took a deep breath and started to explain. "You see, Nisi, the Akasanoma radio uses something called waves to send sound through the air. These waves are like ripples on a pond, but instead of water, they're made of energy." Nisi's eyes sparkled with curiosity. "Energy?" he repeated. Mr. Yasin nodded. "Yes, energy. You know how water flows through a stream? Well, Energy flows through the air, and it can carry sounds with it. The Akasonoma radio uses a special kind of energy called electricity to make these sound waves. Nisi's face lit up with understanding. So, it's like the energy is carrying the sounds on its back? He asked. Mr. Yawson chuckled. That's a good way to think about it, Nisi. The energy is carrying the sounds, and the Akasonoma radio is using those sound waves to bring us music, news, and stories from far away. Nisi's eyes grew wide with wonder. Wow, Father, that's like magic. Mr. Yawson smiled. It may seem like magic, Nisi, but it's just science. The Akasonoma radio is using the laws of nature to bring us these sounds. And with a little bit of electricity and some clever engineering, we can hear the voices of people from all over the world. Nisi nodded, his mind buzzing with excitement. He felt like he was beginning to understand the secrets of the Akasonoma radio, and he couldn't wait to learn more. Nisi thanked his dad for the explanation on the radio. He made a promise to himself to learn more about the world around him. Over the next few days, Nisi found himself spending more and more time learning about radios and how they worked. As he delved deeper, he began to grasp the basic principles of radio technology. He read books, asked questions, and even began to experiment with building his own simple radio. As he gained a deeper understanding of the technology, Nisi's initial disappointment gave way to a sense of wonder and awe. He realized that the magic of the radio wasn't in the tiny people or musical instruments, but in the incredible complexity and beauty of the technology itself. He continued studying hard, asking questions, and seeking knowledge. Years later, Nisi became a skilled radio engineer, working in a studio and broadcasting news and music to his community. Nisi's experience taught him a valuable lesson. Curiosity is essential, but it must be paired with understanding and respect for the world's difficulties. He never forgot the Talking Bird radio's secret and ensured that others would appreciate the magic of radio without trying to uncover its secrets in the same way he did. And though he never forgot the fantastical stories of the Akasonoma radio, Nisi's newfound understanding of the world helped him to see the magic in the everyday, ordinary things that surrounded him. The end.